Okay, in today's video, what we have been doing is taking a standard form equation and converting it to slope-intercept form. And all we had to do was take the x, move it to the other side and do the opposite, and then divide by the coefficient of y. And you would get y equals, and remember we want to put the x in front, so leave it as a fraction, negative 2/3 x, and 6 divided by 3 is positive 2. And you would have slope-intercept form. Okay, that's what we've been doing, and today we want to go and change it from slope-intercept form to standard. Okay, I did have them together doing them in the same lesson, but I split them up so you have more practice on each individual type. All right, so let's look at that. Let's do a few of these. If I've got y equals 3 over 2x plus 4. All right, and we want to change it to standard. If you remember, the form for standard is ax plus or minus by equals c. And these a, b, and c are just real numbers. Coefficient a is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, and c is your constant. Okay? So our goal is to get it to look like this. And if you notice, the x is always positive. And we'll deal with that in a little bit. All right, so let's look at this one. So I've got x and y on one side and then my constant on the other. So I want to take this x and move it to the other side. So now I'm going to have negative 3 over 2x plus y equals 4. All right. This looks good. I got x and y on one side, number on the other. But I said we want a positive x, and also there's no fractions. Standard form, there's no fractions. So we need to get rid of this. And the way you get rid of a fraction is the denominator's 2. So we're going to multiply the entire problem by 2. When you multiply a fraction by its denominator, it cancels out the denominator. So I'm left with negative 3x. And then, so that'll take care of that. And then 2 times y would be plus 2y. And then 2 times 4, don't forget to multiply the constant, is 8. All right, so now we're looking good. We get x and y on one side, number on the other, no fractions. The one last thing is all of the keys, the answers on most standardized have a positive x. So to make that positive, all you have to do is change the x to positive and then change all of the other signs. And y'all, this is the same thing as dividing by negative 1. If I divided all of this by negative 1, then it'd be positive 3x minus 2y equals negative 8. Okay? So this is our answer. All right, so if we look at this, we have step 1 is move x to the other side with y. Okay, and then step 2, get rid of any fraction. And then step 3 is to, if a, the coefficient of x, is negative, multiply by -1. Okay? Or divide, same thing. Okay, so let's try another. All right, let's say that I've got y equals -11 over 6x plus 6. All right, step 1, move your x to the other side. It's negative on this side, so it's going to become positive on this side. Yay, that takes care of one step, doesn't it? And over here, I'm left with 6. This is plus 6. All right, get rid of my fraction, step 2. So I'll multiply everything by the denominator. So I'm left with 11x plus 6y equals 36. So now I have x and y on one side, my constants on the other. I do not have any fractions, and my x is positive. So that's standard form. All right, let's look at one where I don't have a constant. All right, so step 1 is to move this to the other side, right? So that makes it positive 3/4 x plus y. Bring down your equal sign. Now I have nothing over there, so I'm going to put 0. And this is going to be kind of my placeholder. All right. If you're left with nothing, but there's, nothing completely on one side, always put a 0 to make your equal sign, because that makes the statement true. X and Y would have to be numbers that would make this 0. All right. That's the whole point of the equation. All right, so now I'll get rid of my fraction by multiplying by the denominator. So 3x plus 4y, 4 times 0 is 0. So I don't have any fractions. My x is positive, so we're good. Standard form. What if I have, let's look, what if I have y equals x? Okay, it's the same thing, y'all. I'm just going to move this over. Negative x plus y equals 0. And we're going to multiply everything by -1. So x minus y equals 0. Okay. All right, I'm going to do one more, and then I'll get started on your work. Y equals -2/5 x minus 3. Step 1, move this over to the other side, do the opposite, so it becomes positive, or plus 2/5 x plus y, bring everything else down, equals -3. Get rid of my fraction, step 2, so I multiply by the denominator. That cancels with that. And then 5 times y would be 5y equals 5 times -3 would be -15. I have a positive x, so I'm good. All right. And that would be my standard form answer. Okay. All right. Do your practice work and your class work and practice work, and that'll be it. Thanks, y'all.